What's up, everyone? You are tuned in to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 789. We are not currently streaming on Facebook at all. Hopefully, that'll be rectified soon. If not, just make sure you go to buildascene.com and you can watch via our Twitch embed, or you can go to Twitch or Kick, and that stuff is rotating there in the bottom of the screen. The first song we heard tonight was The Dead Men, Damned, Doomed, and Cursed. With me tonight, as soon as I press the correct buttons, here we go. With me tonight is Dan Stonerook. What's up, Dan?
Oh, not too much. How about yourself?
It's been an interesting day. So we're gonna start right off with the video, because I really want to play that song and I can't, as I was telling you off the air. But you did a cover of Eastbound and Down. Who is the original artist on that? I'm not even sure that I know.
Jerry Reed.
Okay. And it made famous by Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes.
So the video is really cool, and there's so many things that I don't want to say cool again, but it's very interesting on how you pulled it off. So I'm just going to be quiet and let you tell everybody about it.
So I ended up, I'll start at the beginning. So I bought the rights to record the song back during COVID when I had my band, and never got around to doing anything with it. And I've been sitting on it. So I decided I'm going to finally record it, and I'm going to go big, and I was going to make a music video for it. So I was looking around locally for somebody who had a Trans Am, because I had an idea of what I wanted to do. Somebody got me in touch with the Smokey and the Bandit impersonators. And so I went down to almost Kentucky, West Virginia. They were down there at a festival, and I went down and hung out with them for an afternoon, and they let me mess around with the cars and then film them going back to the hotel. And that's where I got all the footage of that. I had two cameras set up, and I had one of the people that was with them driving my car. I had a camera set up in the windshield, and then I had a handheld camera I was holding out the window. And so all those scenes that you see, those were all shot by me, except for the beginning footage. That was from the movie. And then those guys, they went to that diner and did that reenactment of the diner scene
With the sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome video and a great job on the song. So what we're going to do, is it on your website?
It's not on the website yet. I haven't updated my website in a while. I've been a little out of commission here this summer.
Well, we're gonna use this as a reason to go look at your website anyway. So we'll pull that. There we go. So this is Dan's website, and I'm assuming, let me see here, scroll. Oh, maybe not. Do you have it on YouTube, I'm assuming? Right? I saw it on YouTube. And
yeah, it's on YouTube.
A link somewhere on your website to get to your YouTube?
No. Like I said, I haven't updated the website in a while. Been.
Do you know what your YouTube username is?
If you search Dan Stonerook, it'll pop up.
Okay. Anyway, so I will add a link. Actually, you know what I'll do? I will add the video to the show notes on buildascene.com, which will get him more views, and it will make it easier for you guys to find it. So, like, it looks, the impersonators were awesome. Like, it looks like the movie.
Yes, they're really good.
I watched it a couple times, actually. All right, so of course I forgot to press my little button that tells me when my 9 minutes are up. So I'm gonna do my best to time it correctly in my head. So you have a new album, Almost Famous.
Yeah.
And how many tracks are on that?
5.
and we're actually going to play two of them shortly. But before we get to that, how did you like being by yourself and not in a band? I'm sure the writing process is a little different. But like, where did the influences come for the songs? Like, are they kind of a story? Are they individual tracks? Were they, just, I'm going to shut up.
A little of everything. Some stories, character building, personal stuff. Just a mix of everything.
Is there a song in particular? Like we're gonna play Tennessee Hannah and I Hear You Knocking. Did I get those titles right?
Yeah.
All right. You want to tell us about one of those songs or one of the other tracks off the album?
Tennessee Hannah. It's about a girl that I knew, or I still know her. Met, of all places, she lived outside of Bristol, Tennessee, but met in northern Pennsylvania at a gig. She saw a show I did, and I did a song about a abandoned drive-in movie theater from out there, and it caught her attention. She knew exactly what I was talking about in that song.
Was that Highway 11? Yeah. I knew that. So I actually had that in my. That's what we were going to play before you sent me the new ones. You see it scratched off.
So during COVID, one of the local theaters rented the theater, and we're doing outdoor plays and theater stuff there. So people would drive in and watch from their cars to do the social distancing. So she got a hold of me and told me about that. And I thought that was really cool. And then a group just bought the theater here in the past year and a half, 2 years, and reopened it. So when I went down to Bristol a couple years ago to play a bunch of weekend gigs down there, and we met up.
So this is, I went back and looked in history. This is your third time on the show. So me asking you about pizza, it's probably out the window. So here's what we're going to do. What is your next favorite food of any type that you've gotten because you're a musician?
Gotten because I'm a musician.
Yep. So at a recording session, at a show, on your way to or from a show, anything music related. On your way to go buy a new guitar.
When I was in Tennessee recording the album, there was a place near my hotel. It had a sign that just said barbecue. That's all it said on it. That was the best. I walked up and it was maybe like a 12 by 12 building. And you went up to the window and you ordered, and you picked two sides and your meat. And they sent you on your way. That was some of the best.
That sounds like mall Chinese.
Yes.
Which I absolutely love. Sorry, it's me hand signaling to my son to close the doors. So speaking of my son and buying guitars, my son recently started playing bass in March, and he's already trying to buy his third bass.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. I do, however, like that he's playing an instrument in the type of music that I like to listen to, because he plays the euphonium, the trumpet, the French horn, a little bit of sax, a little bit of clarinet, a little bit of flute. Those last three are the ones my daughters play. He steals them. I can't even remember everything, but the bass was a welcome addition. And he restrung his acoustic guitar, so maybe that's coming too. But so I bring him up and my daughters and their instruments because my next question for you is, do you remember that point where you realized that you wanted to be a musician, and was it always going to be guitar for you?
Uh, I was in college. I bought a guitar and played it a little bit and sat in the corner, and ended up I started messing around with harmonica, and then got back into playing guitar, and uh, yeah, just kind of knew from there is what I wanted to do, and uh, realized there aren't many harmonica gigs around, so I started getting more interested in the guitar again.
My son also, he hasn't played in a while, but he does play harmonica too. He actually learned that one at school. They do that with the fifth graders where I teach. All learn how to play harmonica.
It's better than the recorder.
Well, they do that in fourth grade. All right, so we're going to take our first break. I have some tickets to give away for Dressing Entertainment, and we'll be right back with Dan. What's up, everyone? It's that time of the night where I'm going to give away 2 tickets to a Dressing Entertainment show on behalf of Dressing Entertainment and Music from the 412. This show is Dwayne Betts and Palmetto Motel at the Oaks Theater. It is a Saturday, October 4th show, all ages. Tickets range, head to Dressing Entertainment for that information. I see 43.65, 65.40, 70.65. Your best bet is to go to Dressing Entertainment to see what that is. So the opener is Jamie Watt, and we had 4 people sign up for this one. It was Keith Ladig, Nikki Praza, Jody Nides, and Andrew Carr. They are each on my wheel a bazillion times. I'm going to hit shuffle twice and spin, and we're going to find out who the winner of those tickets is. And it's Andrew Carr. Andrew, keep an eye on your email. You'll be receiving an email from myself and a follow-up email from Dressing Entertainment. Tell you how to get those tickets. For everybody else, head to musicfrom412.com/contest to see what other shows we have tickets to give away for. And with that said, I'm going to head back to my interview with Dan. So, like normal, I am a horrible DJ, and I forgot to mention what songs we were going to listen to in the break. And of course, they're Dan songs. So we heard "I Hear You Knockin'" and "Tennessee Hannah" in that order, and we talked a little bit about those in the first segment. Bring Dan back into the fold. Hey, so the Johnny Cash shirt, I've been staring at it for a little while.
Yeah.
Is that an original?
Yeah, it's Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Nice. Did you ever see him live?
I did not.
I did not either. I feel like my parents did. No, that was Willie Nelson. I remember them going to see Willie Nelson. So since we're kind of on that subject, what is the or you can name a few. What are the best concerts you've been to? Give me some influence ideas out of there.
One of them was Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Wait, pause. Wait, pause for a second. Tell us what your cats' names are.
My cats' names are Crosby, Stills, Nash, Snarf, and Balboa.
Sorry. Go ahead. Back to the concert.
So yeah, saw them a couple times the best one was when they were in Johnstown. It was 2010 or 2011, and the whole day leading up to it, I was camped out watching the hotel for them to go out, and I met Stephen Stills and Graham Nash, and got Graham Nash and Stills to autograph a guitar. And when I asked David Crosby, he told me to kick sand. I won't say exactly what he said, but
I got worried there. I was like, please remember what I said.
But yeah, but then during the show, security kept trying to make everybody in the front row sit down, and David Crosby started having a conversation with us. He goes, "You're at a rock concert. Stand up if you want to." So we did. They backed off. But then my second favorite show is I went and saw Wylie Hubbard out in Sellersville, PA, outside of Philadelphia, a couple years ago. He put on a real great show. It was a small theater out there, and real intimate. Got to meet him. I went to both. He played 2 nights. I went to both shows and got to meet him both nights afterwards.
Oh, nice.
He was really, really a cool guy.
I'm going to throw one out for me. I don't usually do that. I'm a huge Kiss fan, so everyone's going to expect me to say my favorite concert was a Kiss concert. But lately, I keep going back to, I saw Charlie Daniels at a rib cook-off. And, like, I was standing right in front of the stage watching him play Devil Went Down to Georgia and watching the bow break. It was so cool. that was a while ago, probably like 2006.
Yeah, he was talented.
If you were going to go on tour and hire me to drive your tour bus, what music am I playing in between shows as we travel the world?
Oh my gosh. Probably just about anything. Everything but like rap and opera. I have a.
I don't know that I've ever heard anyone say opera in that question. Not opera, but I have heard not rap a lot.
I listen to a lot of stuff.
That's like walking in my house. My daughters are constantly singing something and never the same genre. Thankfully, they're much better singers than I am.
Yeah, my music algorithms on my phone don't know what to think.
So my kids listen to anything from like modern pop to the classic rock and metal stuff that I listen to, which is, I'll give them the modern stuff because they are kids, but I love that and all 3 of them listen to the stuff that I grew up listening to, which I absolutely love. In fact, the first bass line my son played was Smoke on the Water, and the second one was Iron Man. So, well known, probably easy to play, but very well known.
Yes.
And then La Bamba was the next one. But so I probably asked you this before, but your answer might change. You're leaving a show, and there's a DeLorean sitting outside with its door in the air and a flux capacitor in the back seat, and you go back in time and join any band on stage. Who are you going to go play with?
Oh, man. Oh, geez. Maybe the Eagles.
Ooh.
Just to see, if the drama was true. You heard all the stories and that, and I ended up, when I was in college, I friended Jack Tempchin on AOL Instant Messenger. He was one of the co-writers for Glenn Frey. He wrote Peaceful Easy Feeling, and a lot of the stuff Glenn Frey wrote, he was involved with. And he was such a nice guy, and I picked his brain on music. And then I follow Don Felder a lot on social media, and he responds a lot back to me when I comment on his stuff. And he just seems like a really cool, down to earth guy too. And just I'm curious to see, like, what the drama was like.
It sounds like that they're pretty easygoing if they're responding to people on social media. I have Facebook stuck in my head right now. So like, yeah, where did drama come from? Granted, there were a bazillion people in that band, so could have been anybody, but
yeah.
If you could sit down with your musical idol, first you're gonna have to say who that is, and you were able to ask one question, clearly not "Will you sign my guitar?" because that didn't work. Who would you be talking to, and what would you ask them?
Oh, there's so many idols. I used to always joke around. If I ever got a chance to meet Bob Dylan, I would just ask him, like, what he thinks of the weather today. Just to see his thoughts. Try to see how his brain works and how he's wired and how he even take the question.
Yeah, I now I want to meet Bob Dylan and ask him about the weather. All right, so we have a minute and a half, so I'm going to give you a minute and a half. Usually I say, well, less than that when I'm done. Usually I say you have 30 seconds on national TV to tell the viewers about yourself. Well, now you have a minute and 10 seconds, and go.
I'm Dan Stonerook. I'm based outside of Johnstown, PA. I've recorded 3 solo albums now. I've had a couple bands. Played just about everywhere in Pennsylvania and the surrounding states. I've done some mini tours out to the Midwest and down south. Continue plugging away and hoping to keep doing what I'm doing.
And for sure, your last album was recorded in Tennessee, right?
Yes, it was recorded in Nashville. It was recorded at Richard Smith's studio with some of the living members of Jerry Reed's band. Bart Pike was on bass. Rick McClure was on drums. I got Ned Luberecki to play banjo on it. He's a radio host on Sirius XM on the Bluegrass station on there. He's got a few shows. And then Steve Mogen did background vocals. He's in the Sam Bush band.
Very cool. That was perfect. My alarm just went off. All right, so we're going to take our second break. We'll be right back with Dan here on the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 789. So again, like the amazing DJ I've been all night, I forgot to tell you what we were going to listen to in that break. It was Donnie Iozzo, Just a Little Bit Crazy, and we followed that with Danny Gotchner, The B-Side of Me. And we are on episode 789. With me is Dan Stonerook. I knew I was going to do that. Stonerook. I'm terrible DJ tonight. Every time I typed it to look at your website today, I put the B in it too. I don't know why. I don't know why I want you to be Stonebrook, but it's Dan Stonerook. And for those of you that are not watching the video, his website is danstonerook.com. So DANSTONEROOK.com.
Just like the chess piece.
I was just thinking that. Do you play chess?
Yes. It's been a while, but yes.
I used to play a lot more than I do now. My son started beating me. Then it was. But I used to run chess club at my old school, but somebody else does it at my new school. So I haven't played in a while. But, all right. Anyway, that's it. Would you take a chessboard with you on tour?
I would.
That's a question I have never asked on this show.
Yeah, I would.
See, that's what. Forget we're not listening to music when you tour and I'm driving. We're going to play chess every time we stop. So I don't even know if I want to. I'm not going to name the show, but there was a show that got all kinds of bad publicity, and you called them out on a whole lot of things, and you were right. And and I just want to put that out there in the ether.
Yes.
So what are some shows that you have played that maybe festivals that you've played that are annual that you would like to tell people to check out?
I've done the Millville Music Festival regularly. Played the Cambria County Arts and Heritage Festival a few times. Done the Indiana County Fair. I'm going to hobble my way back up on stage this year. I'm kind of excited about that one. I'm playing before Black Ridge on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
I haven't seen those guys in a while, so it'll be fun to see them and hang out with them for a little bit.
Yeah, they're my daughter Bria's favorite band. And now that Facebook has suspended me, I don't get to listen to their songs. Like I get to hear the original version that gets taken to the band sometimes from the songwriter. Like his mock-up that he plays to say, here, I want to do something with this. Now I'm mad at Facebook. Now I'm mad at Facebook.
Hey, Zuckerberg.
So let me think. I didn't press the button again. I told you I'm all out of sorts today. Here we go. So Kiss once played to Sharks in Australia. Metallica and Jazz Byers from Music from the 412's Jazz's Rock and Road Show have both played it in Antarctica. What is a non-standard venue that you would like to play at? Just show up, pull out your guitar, and start playing.
Oh, man.
You're like, man, I didn't sign up for this tonight, Bill.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Just a random no-show place. Maybe like the post office.
You're guaranteed to have some sort of audience there.
Yeah. Set up at the post office and play and see what happens.
They may ask you to leave. And not for any fault of yours. They might just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Who was it that just played at Sheets in Pittsburgh? It's a big name band. I can't think who it was.
Yeah. Which that kind of upsets me. I reached out to Sheets about playing at their some of their restaurant places that they had built on the weekends right before COVID. I thought that would have been a cool gig.
And you're kind of outside Johnstown, Altoona area. You're kind of in the home of Sheets.
Yeah, I figured I could have done a nice summer tour.
That would be awesome. I'm touring the Sheets. There's enough of them too. You could tour for years.
Yes.
I had Sheets for lunch today, actually. There's one right by my school, and it was a clerical day, no kids yet, and then so I went to Sheets. Look at time. I'm thinking we have about 4 minutes. So, how many songs have you written? Because I know songwriters write a lot of songs that they don't always see the light of day. Do you know a number?
Oh. There's like 15 recorded. Man, there's probably another like 20 or 30 I have written. I haven't played out or done anything with.
Now, are they all written for you to play acoustic and with the harmonica, or do you have some stuff that you wrote for bands that never made it out?
Some stuff for bands that didn't make it, and then solo stuff. I got a couple things that I'm working on with mandolin, but I haven't had a chance to bust that out yet.
I'm glad you're in my earbuds and not where my son could hear, because he'd probably go buy a mandolin. There's a violin in the house too. He doesn't know how to play it, but there's one here. So are you open to being in a band again, or you enjoy the solo thing?
I'm open to a band again. I've been talking with my brother, Bill. He was in the last band I had, Wounded Moose, and we were throwing the idea around again about putting a band together.
What's he play?
He plays guitar.
Cool. Does he sing too?
No.
That'll be my son if he ends up in a band, which is a shame because he can sing. He just refuses to. So when did you, when you decided you were going to do this, did you always plan on being the singer, or was that drawn out because you ended up deciding you were going to be solo?
What do you mean? Like what do you mean?
That's a terrible question. Let me reword it. So, did you always plan on singing, or did it just happen?
No, I never really planned on singing at first. It kind of led to it after I started playing guitar, and kind of went from there. I don't know if I really sing, but I try to.
So, let's go with one more question, and then I'm going to give you a moment to do some more marketing. Let's see. Okay. So I have this question that, wow, why can't I think of? Diesel Beast was the name of the band. The first band I ever asked. And it was if you could play anywhere in the world with any band in the history of the world. So again, this could be not a normal venue. Where would you want to play, and who would you want to play with?
Oh my gosh. Man. Somewhere like in Europe. And I'd have to say, I think it'd be pretty fun to play with Led Zeppelin.
Nice. Their answer was they wanted to play at Stonehenge with Dio. And that's why it's called a Diesel Beast question. Okay, Dan. So your website is danstonerook.com. Where else can people get a hold of you? And do you have any shows that you want to mention?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Blue Sky and Instagram. You can get the new album. It's on all the streaming sites and platforms. danstonerook.com. I'm hoping to get that updated here in the next couple days or so. Next show is this Wednesday. I'm going to be at the Indiana County Fair at 6:00. And then Friday, I'm going to be at Arts Altoona. I'm going to be opening up for Richard Smith. He's coming in through town. Amazing guitar player. He can play just about any style imaginable. He opened up and was playing for Chet Atkins when he was like 11 and 12 years old. Just he can play everything and anything. Big, huge Jerry Reed fan, which was how I got involved with him, and he got involved and recorded the album. When I did the shoot for the video, I played my acoustic version of Eastbound and Down for those guys, and then they got me in touch with Bart Pike, who ended up helping facilitate all this with Richard and everybody to get everybody together to record the album in the first 3 tracks.
Very cool. Hey, Dan, I want to thank you for hanging out with me this evening.
Thank you for having me.
And those of you that were watching us live and not asking any questions, but were watching us live, thanks for hanging out. And those of you that are listening on the radio side or Memorex later on Roku or YouTube or anywhere else this ends up, thank you for hanging out with us. And make sure you check us out each and every Monday night, 9 p.m. for the live interview, radio show on buildascene.com, music from the 412.com, and Metal Shop 101 radio or metalshop101.com, all at 10 p.m. on Mondays. And there's a whole schedule. You can find that on buildascene.com. And we are going to head out for the evening.